Welcome back, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at Lagavulin 19-year-old cask strength Fèis Ìle 2019 bottling. Dustin, thank you for joining. Once again, my friend.
Hey, and I get to mooch your whiskey. It's even better.
Oh, buddy. You know I am a huge fan of Lagavulin. Not a huge fan of these little gift bags that the whiskey comes in, but I'm a big fan of the distillery, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm gonna do, as with all Lagavulins, I'm gonna try to get this poured quickly so it can unwind as much as it can in the time of this short review, because normally I like to sit there and smell on a Lagavulin for half an hour before I drink it, because it's a python. It needs time to uncoil. I'm gonna give it some rich pours here, my friend, since this is cask strength Lagavulin. 19 years old, that cask strength number is 53.8% ABV. Again, this is the 2019 Fèis Ìle bottling that you would have to pick up at the distillery. Fortunately, I was able to get some from an online retailer in the UK. Got 2 bottles. We've been drinking on it. What do I want to say? Lagavulin, my first love, 16.
It's out 53. That's on the lower side, isn't it, for these cask strength Lagavulins?
So here is what I try to figure out with cask strength Lagavulins if there's not an age statement on it. See, like the Jazz Fest bottle that doesn't have an age statement. I try to figure out, based on the cask strength 12, how old the whiskey is. So here's what I know. I've had multiple versions of the cask strength 12. The lowest ABV that I can think of is 2014. It was a 54.4. But 2018 is 58 point something. Yeah. So they range from age 54 to 57. Now, this 18-year-old is 53, so it's that natural progression of going down. However, as you know, my 24-year-old, 1991 Lagavulin Fèis Ìle 2015 is 59.9% ABV.
I was going to say, yeah.
So I have no idea. This is what I do know. Other than being aged 19 years, this one, its wood type was sherry-treated American oak casks. So only one type of wood, which a lot of times with these specialty Lagavulins, they'll have 2 and 3 maturations. This is only one. So why this isn't a crazy dark whiskey, this is a nice light caramel color. So let's take it for a whirl. See what we got here, buddy. Again, Lagavulin 19, the 2019 bottling, cask strength, 53.8% ABV. Huge fan of Lagavulin. Definitely my top 3 distilleries, if not my favorite.
So my first thought when I just kind of start nosing this is I want to know what kind of sherry casks, because it's sweet enough where it could have been a PX, but it's not. PX on Lagavulin for me tends to start getting a little cloying, a little over the top, almost getting to like artificial flavorings. For example, the Distiller's Edition, I am not a huge fan of that, especially the first half of those bottles because they're just so sweet. This is perfect.
Yeah,
on the nose.
It doesn't really come off as Oloroso or Pedro Jimenez to me, either one.
No.
Oloroso's fruitier, Pedro Jimenez is sweeter, generally speaking. Again, this is American oak. So
yeah, it could be the American oaks giving it a little more sweetness with an Oloroso, maybe.
Yeah, it's like a blend of the two. It's very the sweetness on it and the sherry notes on it is very. It doesn't go one way or the other. It's very middle of the road sherry. It doesn't go really fruity. It doesn't really go sickly sweet or overly sweet, I should say, because sometimes
I would almost say it's a little on the grapey side, which to me is like that in between. You know, like you get really heavy PX and it's just sickeningly sweet. It's almost like a red cough syrup. I don't want to call it cherry cough syrup, just a red cough syrup.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas, you know, the Oloroso starts getting drier, you start getting dark chocolates, and, you know.
Well, buddy, I tell you what, this is an incredible
perfectly
nose. I mean, it's almost like peat, there's no, like, definitive start and stops of the different flavors. There's peat smoke. There's that Lagavulin richness. There's that sherry richness.
You know, Mike, until you mentioned smoke, I'd forgotten it was here.
Yeah,
the malt is such a sweet maltiness, and I mean, it's that Lagavulin malt, which I love.
And that peach note that I get in a lot of Lagavulins is right there.
100% that peach note's there. It's peach, grapes, a little bit of red fruit, but it's like
maybe some type of a slight berry note too. But it's all just melted together.
Maybe a little raspberry, but not like without the bitterness, the sourness.
Like almost chocolate-covered raspberries.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually not a bad descriptor at all.
And you know, there is, I don't know what, I mean, we're coming out of the wintertime. Every once in a while, I'll eat some soup. And I have this Campbell soup that's steak and potato, right? So it's steak and potato, and it comes like in a brown broth, and it has just a few slivers of mushrooms in it. And like that mushroom and brown sauce, I get some of that in this too.
Yeah. it's got a lot of umami and savoriness, but
so much.
But it's a clean, and it's not that stuff where you're starting to you're kind of scratching your head, going, "Ooh, that's a little bitter. I don't know if I like that or not." This is just
these casks are incredible.
clean.
I mean, it's a very pure, refined version of Lagavulin, which I've always called the big aristocrat of the Isles. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think I'm stealing that phrase from Ralphie. I heard that in one of his reviews, but as soon as he said it, it made sense to me. Like just that very regal smoke that Lagavulin has.
We talk about Lagavulin a lot, and we've got one big complaint that we always go back to, which is they use very tired, dying casks sometimes, and because their malt is so sweet, they can kind of hide some of that oak astringency and bitterness.
Plus the peat.
Yep.
With the sweet malt and peat, I mean, you're getting the best as far as hiding off-putting notes.
You can hide that. This, though, I can tell is a cleaner. To me, this is first, or I think it's a first fill.
That's why I love these Fèis Ìle bottlings. Whether they're just the distillery team picks or whether Ian himself is picking out the cask. Because they're going by okay, this is pretty good, this is pretty good. Oh, this is something people will be impressed by. And we're going to charge a premium. And they're going to be for the true fans that come out for the festival. At least initially when we sell them, let's reward the people with our best foot forward. All right, you picking up anything else on the nose? That savory umami stuff is coming up though, you're right.
I'm starting to get
a little bit of lemon.
This is going to be a weird one, but it's an umami vanilla. It's like vanilla with an umami kind of thing, and I can't separate them. They're just the same thing. I don't know. It's like a vanilla Tootsie Rolls. If they'd been aged in steak sauce, I don't know.
I'm getting along with that peach, and getting along with that mushroom gravy, which doesn't sound like too terribly, something you would really want, but really it works really well in here with the smoke and with the sherry.
Well, every time I go in, I kind of focus on something different. So I just went in there and I got peaches and cream. Then I go in again and I get steak and potatoes.
Yeah.
It's I can then I can go in there again and I can just pick up the smoke. It's a beautiful whiskey in that sense that you can focus on whatever you're enjoying at that moment, and you can really focus on that and pick up things all connected. And then you can go back and go and say, "Oh wow, but there's all that other stuff." It's complex, it's inviting, and every time you go in, it's just different whiskey. You
remember the first movie, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that.
Anyway, there was a part in there where they had this new candy. It was called an everlasting gobstopper, and they would chew on it, and it would be dinner at first, and then dessert, and things like that, all on this piece of candy or this piece of gum that they would chew. And it's like that, like you said, first it could be steak and potatoes and mushroom soup and mushroom gravy, but then if you want to focus on the dessert notes, then it's sweet, it's candied, it's almost lemon custard with sugar on top, which sounds a lot like creme brulee.
Yeah.
What are you picking up on the palate?
Wow. So just like we were talking about with on the nose, how you can kind of pick up. Yeah, go for it on here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just the whole whatever you got left in there. You can go in there and you start picking up the sweetness, the peaches and cream, or whatever. Mm-hmm. I got all of it, and I got it just transitioning all over the place. There was probably 6 different little transitions just in that one taste, and that's before we got to the finish. So you're definitely it's
sooty on the finish.
Yeah, it's super sweet up front. It's vanilla, it's creme brulee, things I don't think about with Islas usually. And then you start getting this very umami, but it's clean umami. It's like my dad, when he used to make steaks, would make mushrooms, and he would saute them, and he'd use that juice on top of the steak.
So you're getting the mushroom note.
Oh, that's definitely there, and it's
portobello.
Oh yeah, and but it's not super salty up front. The salt all comes in at the end, and you get that whole Islay salt. I don't even think I got smoke on here in that first pour. I'm gonna have to go back.
I mean, there is some of that Lagavulin smoke for me on the nose, but really on the palate, it was smooth and it was clean. I mean, again, you have those meatier notes for me on the palate, with this sweetness coming in as soon as you swallow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just a nice ridge of, again, things you don't normally get with Lagavulin: milk chocolate, lemon zest, peach. When you say peaches and cream, I'm thinking lemon custard with some peach in there as well. Maybe the skin of the peach. Just anything that transitions like this, it's quality whiskey, quality cask, and good age.
Yeah.
It's when you're picking up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things on the nose, and then again half a dozen to a dozen things different on the palate, and then you keep going back and getting slightly different variations on those things. It is an excellent whiskey.
Yeah. was about to say, I got almost like a portobello mushrooms and oak on the finish. Like the initial finish, it was so clean and smooth.
Yeah, like grilled portobello mushrooms, like the big flat ones that you put on
and
here.
they must have been on like a nice piece of oak they were sitting on while they were...
Like cedar wood when you maybe put some like seasoning salt on them or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's picking up oak, it's picking up that mushroom, it's great. I'm still, honestly, I mean, there's some hints of smoke, but this is not, I do not get anything that makes me overtly jump in and say this is like an Islay super peated whiskey. There's peat, there's salt, but if you told me this was an island, like maybe a Talisker, only with a little less of the Talisker spices, I don't think I would go and say, no, this has to be from Islay.
You know, on the nose, if you told me it wasn't cask strength, I would believe you. If you told me this was 50% or 48% ABV on the nose, I mean, because it bites on the palate, but on the nose, I would almost, I mean, it's rich. It's just, there's no alcohol in this nose at all. Tell you what, with a little bit of water, we had a few drops after we took our first sip. I mean, that peach note is coming up, and you're right, that peaches and cream. It's just, the way it's just melted together. I keep saying melted. I guess a better way of saying that is these flavors are really intermingled. Like, you really don't know where one stops and one starts.
Lemon drops on the nose now.
Remember when I said lemon custard before?
I did. I got it on the palate on the first taste, but I didn't get it for a second. I'm getting just a lemon drop right here on the nose. And it's not a subtle one.
No, it's lemon.
It's in your face, and it's not like, oh, it's that one note in the back. No, I'm like smelling a lemon drop here.
That's what I said. It was lemon custard with, peach or like peach skin, like diced up in the lemon custard.
It's like your grandma's kitchen. She's making stew, and you're sneaking the lemon drop candy, and you're tasting and smelling both kind of things at once. It's all there.
All right, man. Last sip time. Let's go in. Now that we've had a couple drops of water, and this thing has been kind of sitting in the glass here for about 15-20 minutes. Dustin, you picking up anything different?
Like I said, it's getting a little saltier, which is making me think more Islay. Gosh, I finish every time it goes back to it. That oaked umami portobello mushroom thing is just. I don't even like mushrooms really, but that.
Neither do I. Yeah, I know. This is like the best mushroom ever.
Yeah. It's like mushrooms tasted like this.
Yeah, I'd probably go for it.
Yeah.
But it's that softness. It's meaty, but it's soft too. It's a soft meatiness.
When it starts off, it's a really harsh whiskey up front. Not offensive, but I mean, it's big, it's bold, it's Lagavulin. That finish is just soft and gentle, but yet flavorful.
You ever been to Ted's Montana Grill?
Yeah.
So they do a bison fillet.
Oh, you know what?
When I put a little bit of water into it, and then in my second sip, I got a little bit, because the saltiness is more apparent, I got bison fillet. And what I mean by that is bison is a sweeter meat than a typical cow fillet. And it's that sweetness and that saltiness while still being meaty. It's like a bison fillet with a mushroom on it.
Like as soon as you said that, I went right back to like being in college, grilling up like frozen bison burger patty, like where I took like 20 minutes to cook this thing because I cooked it on like the lowest setting possible to bring out those flavors.
Yeah, let it sit for a while, let the juices kind of come back into it.
This is totally what that is.
Oh, dude, it's such a good whiskey. If you guys get your hands on this one, I would definitely recommend. There's only 6,000 bottles. I got 2, so there's 5,998 bottles left for the rest of you.
They're out there. They are a little pricey.
They're a little pricey.
You're looking at what, probably $250?
Oh no, they're all $300.
Okay,
$350 for sure.
Well, that's true. This is one of the older age statements. I saw some $250 special editions, but they were the NASs. Yeah, the Jazz Fest.
I mean, you're gonna pay for a 90. I mean, look at it this way: Ardbeg 19, which is 46% or 46.3, something like that.
Yeah.
It's not cask strength.
Nope.
That one, is a $300 bottle here locally. So I mean, this is roughly the same price, and this is a better whiskey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not even close. Yeah, not even close. I mean, but again, 6,000 bottles compared to, something that's mass produced at least to some degree.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Global distribution versus sold at the gift shop.
Exactly. So as far as whiskey score, where you at, buddy?
I have been debating this one back and forth, and
I'm trying to temper.
Yeah. Well, so 90 for me is where I start saying you're really into a genuinely special whiskey.
Oh, it's higher than that.
But it's missing something.
It ain't missing much.
This is a 91 for me. I could have thought 92, but
I'm going there. That was exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking 92 out of 100. Now, again, I'm a huge Lagavulin fan.
Maybe it's 91 and a half.
Excuse me.
Maybe it's 91 and a half. It's right there.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the distillery. Again, top 3 distillery for me, if not my favorite distillery. Holds a special place in my heart because the 16 was really my first whiskey love. And I love these specialty bottles. It doesn't give you the 16 cask strength like on steroids like I initially assumed, and I've said that in other videos. What it really gives you is a different version from the distillery. And to me, a more elegant, a more flavorful, and one that really, as far as complexity, is not even represented in the standard
It's a more
bottles.
craft representation. This is it. Lagavulin is, to me, has become very mass-produced. I feel like oh, look, I can see that this has been colored. Oh, they brought the ABV down this low. Oh, it doesn't really have that nice mouthfeel. This fixes all that.
Yeah, it has all that, man.
It's not just cask strength.
So anyway, you're at a 91 plus. I'm at a 92 out of 100. Great whiskey if you guys get your hand on it. The 2019 bottling of the Lagavulin 19. Thank you to Whiskey International Online for sending me this bottle, selling to me at a reasonable price. If you guys want to check out some specialty bottles, check him out. Good guy over there. He's always been good as far as responding to questions and shipping and everything. So deal with confidence. Until next time, I want to thank you for once again joining for another whiskey review, and we wish the folks
Happy drinking.
drink this 19. We'll see you.